we're invested a year before they're even born, let alone the last 2 years. You know, before we even put the harness on them, we're 2 years deep in these horses. We make stake payments on them. You know, the struggle is real for years. Like, we work blood, sweat, and tears to get them to this point and beyond. Super excited. Love our whole crew this year. A little bit more emotionally attached to a couple for personal reasons, but overall really excited about our group this year. This is Chargen the Mound. He's a 2-year-old homebred Better's Delight colt.
Better's Delight, Scott McEnany and John Grant and Michel Lachance are headed for Cup 18 glory. What a sight, long and powerful strides. Better's Delight, a resounding victory.
When we picked Chargen the Mound up, who we lovingly call Boomerang, he was probably the scrawniest and the most underdeveloped of our crew. And in the time that we've had him here, he has really flourished. He's filled out, he's grown up. One thing about having young horses, you have to understand that you have a schedule, you have a plan in mind, and they have other plans. They all mature mentally and physically at different rates. And I think this guy is going to be a little bit of a late bloomer. However, we will let him tell us what he's ready or not ready for.
He was pretty, when he first came, he wasn't sure of everything. He was pretty scared. He would kind of stop dead in his tracks when you'd take him out on the track, or he wouldn't want the harness on or pick up his feet. But he has come a very long way. As you can see, he's very, very social right now. Usually he's pretty shy, but right now he's pretty loving.
You can see physically on the track, Boomerang, Chargen the Mound, doesn't fill out the shafts quite as much as Cheehoo does. Cheehoo's just a little bit more mature mentally and physically. Boomerang will get there, but I think he's just a little bit behind.
I am very excited for this one. I think he shows a lot of speed as well. I'm excited for him to qualify and get racing, just because he's one of my favorites.
He's training with everybody, he's keeping up with the pack, but he hasn't really shown us anything yet that he's ready to separate himself and be a top horse. I just think he'll be a little bit of a late bloomer.
Definitely the Sire Stakes. Like I said, I think they're pretty big races, and if he can win me some races and some Ontario Sire Stakes swag, represent Boomerang.
I will say, when he got here, he was basically unhandled. He came right from the breeding farm. He was tough to catch in the stall. He didn't really trust anybody. And Michaela, who has worked with us for a few years now, put the time and the effort into this horse. And I give her a substantial amount of credit for him even getting to the point that he's at now.
He is one of my favorites because he seems to be a one-person horse, and he, for some reason, chose me, so we're pretty close. We're pretty tight.
The gray colt is Chargen Cheehoo. He's a 2-year-old, better than Cheddar, homebred.
Better than Cheddar, and we will see better than Cheddar in 148 flat, matching the world record.
Who's your favorite horse?
Cheehoo.
And why is he your favorite horse?
So I feel like being on here.
He is our biggest and strongest individual of the 5 that we have.
Oh, we're pretty excited for Cheehoo. He's a big, strong colt. Gets better every day. Better mentally. At first, he was kind of pretty unsure of himself. He always showed like he had a bit of talent, but you know, early on, make a lot of breaks and stuff, and just didn't have a lot of confidence. So we had him paired up. Actually, split him off from the babies. We paired him up with one of our old racehorses and just had him follow him for 3-4 weeks, and then he got more and more confident. And now he's starting to come together. So I'm pretty excited about taking the Mohawk and start dropping some time with him. But it's probably the one I'm the most excited to see start out. He reminds me of, got a lot of characteristics of some of the better horses we've had. And he's a homebred, which they're always excited to get to the races.
He's also the most beautiful. But what he lacks is a little bit of manners and a little bit of common sense.
He's a typical cheddar. He's pretty stubborn. He's not mean or dirty, but when he doesn't want to do something, he'll let you know. So you'll be a little patient with him.
He's the type of horse that will test you every day just because he feels like it. I do, however, think he has all the tools to be a very nice colt.
But they're super owners, like the horses this year. The Chargen prefix we have on all the horses is named after our 2 daughters. It's an amalgamation of Charlotte and Genevieve. So, and then the last part is named Cheehoo's after one of their, favorite movies. I think it's Moana 2 or something. Probably came out when we were naming the babies that year, so that's where he's named after. But no, we got awesome partners on these guys.
Cheehoo was also a little bit of a tough nut to crack. He wanted to just argue about anything that he had the opportunity to argue about on a daily basis. And he's really come around as well. Chargen Pegasus, who is incredibly special to us. He is one of our homebreds out of a mare that we bought and raced in the grassroots. Her name's Warwi Expat.
Warwi Expat, and she responds. She gives him 2 lengths here. Back into second is Creme Delight, and all she can do is watch Warwi Expat show her heels to this field. It's Warwi Expat. She wins it by 4 lengths.
We're pretty excited about this guy. He is the first foal out of the first yearling that we ever bought when we started our stable. So that was the first yearling we bought with Mar West Racing. First yearling we bought, Gab and I together. Her name was Warwi Expat, and she won a few grassroots for us. And she was, a really nice filly. Loved her job. And I think she's passed a lot of those traits on to this little guy.
He's the first foal out of her. I'm the most excited, I think, about him just because emotionally I'm so attached to him and his family.
He's probably the slickest guy we started with going. Got a little bit pinchy on us. We had him floor scope, found a little spot, so we backed off with him. So we know he's not going to be ready right away, but I think when he is, he's going to be really exciting to watch.
All 5 of our yearlings and 2-year-olds this year are Ontario sired. We have 2 Better Delights, 2 Better Than Cheddars, and 1 Sports Rider. So we're looking forward to racing all 5 in the lucrative Ontario Sire Stakes program.
I think he takes pretty good care of himself, which is a trait that good horses have to have. He's starting to climb before he jogs, he does get climbing the walls a little bit because he's been off and he hasn't gone any speed lately. So I think he's chomping at the bit to get going as much as we are to get going with him. It's a really great, good group we have.
This is Chargen Patronus. She is a 2-year-old sports rider filly.
Sports Rider opens up 2 lengths now, 3/4 in 1:20 and 4, the fastest 3/4 ever in Cup history. Sports Rider comes into the stretch. Kyle Major fully extended back in second. Overland in third is Fred and Ginger. Rock and Roll Heaven on the far outside from in fourth. Shooting through at the rail as we will see with light pace. Sports Rider there, coming to him as we will see at the inside. We will see at the rail. Sports Rider's gonna fight him off. Sports Rider has done it again. Another $1 million Mohawk masterpiece. 148 and 3 in the Cup, and it's Sports Rider.
We're very excited to see this horse race, Patronus race, because we have her sister, or we had her frill sister, who is now a broodmare for us, and she was an Ontario sired racehorse, and I believe she won a grassroots, and she's tiny and mighty, just like Patronus here. So that's one of the reasons why we were very excited.
This filly has demonstrated a lot of the same characteristics as Expat. She has a real motor. She loves her job. She has a great build. She's not real big, but she's very proportionate. I do think, however, she has the potential to maybe get a little bit hot on us. So we're gonna have to work on trying to keep her quiet and help her harness her speed and her energy properly.
She's extremely sweet and very pretty, aren't you? just like her sister, and so fingers crossed that she will become an Ontario Sire Stake winner like her sister.
Trial and error a little bit with these kids.
The Ontario program is an amazing program here, and we've been in it for such a long time. So to be a part of it is great. And obviously you'd like to have a super final champion, and we've been fortunate to have that opportunity in the past. But I think, you know, anytime you can win a race at any level, you're just thrilled, and hopefully she becomes one of those horses for us.
We have encountered this with a couple of her siblings before. They tend to get a little grabby jogging around. You just need to help them manage it with the correct equipment and not letting her get too aggressive while she's out here and getting herself worked up.
I think it's just the way she is. She's just a very, very sweet horse. She's very kind, she's very gentle, but I understand that she's becoming like her sister. She's a powerful horse on the racetrack, and she just wants to go 100 miles an hour. So I know they will work on getting her to rein in that speed a little bit and be more tactical, but she's just the sweetest thing going. So
one thing about this filly, we've been around 18 or 20 with her a couple of times, which she does very handily. However, she thinks she's ready to go in 2.5, and that's the thing about sports writers. They think that they're ready to go so fast, so early, that they just kill themselves if you let them. They seem to peak, you know, kind of on their 2-year-old year. And then some of them have a little bit of a hard time by the end of their 2-year-old year, or coming back as 3-year-olds, because they just give so much of themselves so early. They love their jobs, they love their work, but you know, you have to help them manage their speed. And part of having young horses, I know it's really exciting, but it's a long year for them. They've been going since September, October, November, depending when they came in or what sale they came from. You know, by the end of their 2-year-old year, that's a long season that they've been consistently in training. So you want them sharp at the end of the year, not at the beginning.
Well, the ownership group that we have is currently my wife and myself, and because we're also part of the breeders with Gabby and Jeff, you know, we're just very excited for all of the horses that we have, whether we breed them or buy them. So they all have a special place in our heart, and of course, we love coming to the barn because we've got a great relationship with Gabby and Jeff, and we love the girls here, and that's really special. And I think that's really important in this industry is building those relationships and those friendships, and you have to have them in this business in order to be successful and to make it enjoyable. Besides just loving the horses, you have to love the people involved as well.
The other filly that we have here is another RainyNight. It's a 2-year-old, better than Cheddar, homebred of Joe Tonelli's.
Better than Cheddar, and Yannick Zingrod by a long neck with the cane pace and a thriller.
About Rain, I like that she shows a lot of speed, and she also shows a lot of attitude, which for some reason in fillies I like that, because I think that means they're going to be good racehorses.
We had a really nice 2-year-old bulldog sibling to her last year. He showed a ton of talent, ton of speed early, but he had some demons he had to overcome. We're hoping he's going to come back a nice 3-year-old this year and be a nice kind of aged racehorse for us.
Sometimes she'll pick up her feet, the next day she won't. Sometimes she will be accepting of her orals, and the next day she will spit it right in your face. She's kind of a menace sometimes.
Rain is a lot like our other Cheddar, Cheehoo. It must be the breed. These are the first 2 that we've had. They seem to want to test you just randomly and for no reason at all, other than they feel like being difficult on any particular day.
Other than that, she's pretty nice to deal with. The Sire Stakes, I think they're pretty big races, and if she can succeed in them, then I think I'll be happy with that, and maybe she can win me some Ontario Sire Stakes swag.
But also like Cheehoo, she's big, she's strong, she's very good gaited, she doesn't wear any boots, she loves her job, she has a fair amount of zip to her.
Super excited for them to start racing.